Yo guys, this is another tutorial on how to get from no makeup to day makeup. As you see here, look at that, she's looking cute, to glam makeup. Okay, these are beauty secrets from a beauty therapy student, so you're gonna want to tune in, okay? Because look at that, filter, no filter, where so if you want your makeup to look this bomb, continue watching this. It's gonna be a 3-part series. Part 1 is all about having a no makeup look to a day makeup look.
Whipping up the babies, got the pot.
May.
I want to recommend, if you need to, use the chapters down below. They will just show you each and every step. Once you're done, you just click on the next one and it will show you the next step. So let's get into it. Sorry, I forgot to film from the beginning, but guys, before you do put any makeup on your face, please wash your face and use the appropriate products for your face. When I say appropriate products for your face, I mean ones that go with your skin type. Okay, there's 4 different types of skin type. There's combination skin, which is normal to oily and normal to dry, and then there's dry skin, and then there's oily skin. Okay, so make sure you know what you're using, what you put on your hand. So right now I've already put my primer on. Now I use a hydrating and a mattifying primer because under my eyes it's dry and then everywhere else is oily. The hydrating primer goes under my eyes and then the mattifying primer goes everywhere else in my face. Before we move on to contouring and doing the brows, you really need to know what face shape you are. That's gonna help you like shape your brows and your face. I'm also gonna put some resources down below so you can have a look at the types of brow shapes and face shapes. So yeah, now I use a hair gel actually for my hairs because I feel like we want them to be fluffy and we want them to stay put to freeze in time. You know what I'm saying? You getting it? You feeling it? So what you want to do is you want to grab a eyelash brush, or is it a bristle? I don't know what it's called, I forgot. And then you put a little bit of gel on it and then you just shape it the way you want to shape your brows that day. Now for me, because this is a day look, I don't want to do anything crazy. I'm just gonna follow my natural brow shape. I have an arched brow shape, so I'm gonna be following that. Now for any parts where you feel like the gel has gone over, I want you to grab a Q-tip and wet it. Don't do what I do, okay? Go dip it in water, yeah, and then just go around the areas where you think the gel was overplaced and clean that up a little bit, because if you don't, it's gonna flake when you put makeup on, so you want to get rid of that. You also want to make sure that it dries before you do anything or before you move on to your next step. Now we're moving on to applying the base of the makeup. Now the foundation that I chose is a more neutral tone, because you'll see that I didn't do any contouring, because that's the bonuses of buying a more neutral toned foundation, is that it neutralizes your base, which means it makes you all one color. So you want to make sure that you get the shade that's closest to your skin, and from all my brown skin girlies, I'm gonna put the shade that I'm using down below. I'm using the Maybelline Super Stay. It's sweat resistant, it has vitamin C. The reason why I love this foundation is that it's a tint, so you can build it up as much as you want. So this is a perfect for day makeup, guys. So you wanna just put a few drops on your skin and then get a foundation brush, whatever your foundation brush is, or a sponge, and blend it out as smooth as you can. Guys, you see what I mean when I say this makes your complexion all smooth and one color? This is what I'm talking about. Now we're moving on to the contouring part of the video. Now what I use for contouring, guys, I use a lighter foundation in it's a deep cool foundation from L'Oreal. The reason why I opt out for a foundation rather than using a concealer or anything like that, it's because my eyes, you see how big my eyes are and how much they crease. I'm not old, like they're not wrinkles. Your eyes are just naturally meant to crease, but I found that using a foundation as opposed to a concealer, it doesn't crease at all. Guys, there is no creasing. So let your girl hook you up on, okay? Now you might be thinking, why are you opting out and using a foundation instead of a concealer? Guys, it lasts longer, it's cheaper, it does what it says it does, and there's no creasing. And also, makeup rules are meant to be broken, okay? When you're applying your concealer or foundation, whatever you're applying, it's really important that you pet it. You don't drag it, because when you drag, you leave lines on your face and it doesn't blend as well. It's patchy, you know. But you see what I mean there? It's bringing life back into my face, and it's not cakey at all. So just blend it until you're satisfied. Now I use the shade that I use for my contouring for my eyelids to just bring life back into the eyelids, and also to create a more cohesive looking eye look that blends in with the rest of the foundation I used for my face. Let's take a moment to appreciate how clean this look looks, guys. It looks like skin. It doesn't look like I'm actually using any foundation, which is my aim. Now, because I have big eyes, I like to use a banana setting powder on top of my eyelids because they crease and because they're big. This way it helps like the work that I have done on my eyes to stay put. So what you want to do, make sure you remove the excess off, otherwise you're going to ruin your the rest of your face with the fallout. So what you want to do is either pat it or apply it using circle motions on your eyes. That way it won't be patchy. Now sometimes when you do put your foundation and everything, it kind of like disturbs the brows, so you want to put your finishing touches on it, add more gel on the eyelash bristle, and just apply according to where you see the shapes changed. We're moving on to the lips. Now what I'm looking for is for a wet Q-tip to just clean my lips, because after applying all that foundation and that concealing, some of it is bound to have gone onto your lips, so you gotta clean that up. Now pick any lip color you want, guys, but usually you want to go with the tones of your lips already. So if your lips are more peachy, you use more peachy. If your lips are more on the red side, you just use red. Now I use a Q-tip to like spread it around my lips. This way it's more even and it gives a more natural look. You'll see what I mean by more natural look. Yeah, it's giving what it needs to give. Now moving on to the other contouring part, it's using blush. Many people don't know that blush actually helps to contour your face. So what I use is a lipstick. I use a lipstick closer to my also lip color. That way, if you use colors that are more closer to your lip tone, it's more cohesive and more natural. So what I do is I'm gonna pat it down with a brush, and I'll make sure that it's blended until I'm happy. Now for this next portion, I just pick any lip gloss that you like using, and just apply it onto your lips, and it's gonna give it like that more glossy, like voluptuous looking delicious lips. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we are almost at the end. Now you gotta look at the work that you've done and then just put the finishing touches you want to put in. I thought I needed a little bit of more of a mascara, so I'm gonna add more mascara. Just do what you're feeling like, you know. Now I'm just gonna make some finishing touches. I see that my lips, I want them to be more defined, so that you can tell the difference from the beginning to the end. So what I have to do is I just take a brown pencil. This is actually an eyebrow pencil, but I find that it also works for my lips. Yo, and thank you for watching. Let me know down below if you've learned some new tips, but I'm pretty sure, guys, that. If you follow this routine, you're gonna look younger, you're gonna feel younger. And because I used a face tint, I don't really need to use a finishing spray. That's it, guys. Go to part 2 to see how I turn this look into a glam look. You're not gonna want to miss this out, dog. Link will be in the description down below. You know what we always say, stay cool, calm, and collected, because what? There ain't nobody like you. So you gotta love who you are. Okay, bye. Innovation Creation Studios.